Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Pitch Points in collaboration with our friends across the world, from Ireland, True City fan, from Canada, our neighbors up front, we up north. We have Vader Games TV joining us live here just to chat this evening about the UEFA Champions League. And let me bring in Patrick. There he is. That's his ugly face right there. Just kidding. He's more handsome than I am, but it's good to see these guys here today. Vader, I missed your show because one, I couldn't, the link wasn't hyperlinked, and two, I had to go out shopping with my son. I promised him I was going to go out shopping with him, so I couldn't. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yeah, loud and clear. I'm just muted for now because there's a little background noise, but no worries on the link. I don't know why it's so faulty, but next time for sure.
Okay. And then Patrick, how about you, brother? You just got home not too long ago?
Yeah, I got home, then I jumped onto Better's stream.
Okay.
But right now, I just took a shower, then I'm coming back. After I'm done with this, I sleep at 6 a.m. I've got an appointment with a personal trainer.
Yeah, we'll be quick. Patrick is on a journey of fitness, so let's try to encourage Patrick to keep staying fit. He's drinking water, no more alcohol. He's watching his weights, watching all those things. I want to be like Patrick as well. One of the things you get from coaching when you coach is that you're always on the field. So that's helping me lose some weight and keep in shape at least, even though once in a while I spoil myself. But let's all encourage Patrick. He's on a journey to full fitness, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So let's all back Patrick on his journey. But before we start Champions League talk, Veta, I've been warning all of you people out there. I've been warning all of you that I told you there's only one team I fear in this whole of the Premier League. I've told you before, there's only one team I respect and I fear. I don't fear Arsenal. Do I respect them? They've done a good job. Okay. United, I don't fear them. Frankly, when it's a Manchester derby, I don't get scared. It's terrible. But when we play Liverpool, right, I'm anxious. I sweat. I lose some hair from my head. Right? And why do I do that? Because I know this team. I know this manager. I know what this team has caused us.
You said you lose some what?
I lose some hair. Go on. See, look.
This man is trying to use you. Okay, go ahead.
Patrick, because I know this. We know this team. Data games. Yeah. We know you have a club. You can have a bad spell. But you don't get rid of the DNA that got you to 99 points. You don't get rid of the DNA that got you to 98 points and 92 points. It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It's always there. And so the result from today didn't surprise me. Now, the scoreline surprised me, but it didn't surprise me. But here's what I'm learning. Arsenal have to go to Anfield. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Arsenal have to go to Anfield, and Arsenal have to win at Anfield. They can't drop points. Because if City start picking up points and playing the way they can play, which they have done years before, and by the way, they have an easier schedule, right? They have to win. They can't drop points. Arsenal have to come to the Etihad. They have to win.
They have to go to Newcastle, St. James.
They have to go to Newcastle. They have to win. They have to
go to the bridge.
They have to win. So all of a sudden, people say 5 points, 5 points. Let me explain something to you, right? 5 points is only good if your run is easier, and if you don't have to go to Anfield, to go to Etihad, go to Newcastle. Because one draw, City win, it's level on points. And guess what? The goal difference of City is ahead. So all of a sudden, you play against City, you have to come to the Etihad, and then you have to win. Because of the goal difference. So this 5 points that everybody's kind of freaking about. Guy, let's be clear. You have to go to Anfield and beat them. The game I scored early in the season against Liverpool, you would love Arsenal. Because that goal wasn't supposed to be a goal. The last goal that they scored, there was an infringement in the goal. It wasn't a goal. And they were not informed. This Liverpool that we saw today, that's the Liverpool that gives me sleepless nights. Mo Salah balling. Darwin Núñez killing it. Gakpo knowing what they're doing, and the midfield knew what they were, and Van Dijk played well today.
Yeah,
we all heard Patrick. United are back. It's a quadruple. Last week I couldn't sleep. They're telling me quadruple this, quadruple that. Every time best in sliced bread. He's a genius. He's better than Pep. Casemiro, best CDM in the whole world. Ten Hag is better than Pep the fraud. Then you go to Anfield and you get slapped. Not one, not two, not three, not 4 or 5, 7 goals. Peter, help me out. Unpack
Unmanageable. When I looked at this game on the fixture list and I saw, okay, it's going to be a big game, obviously a huge rivalry. I'm like, okay, there's going to be some fireworks here. You look at United's form and them beating Barcelona. You look at how they've been doing, and you're like, okay, this is going to be an interesting one. And then you look at the slapping that Liverpool had from Real Madrid in the Champions League, and you're like, ooh, they don't look that good though. What's going to happen with this matchup? Because again, it is a serious rivalry. Anything goes out the window. But here's the thing. When you try to prop someone up before they've actually gotten the accomplishments, before they've actually done the work, before they've actually proven themselves, you're going to get embarrassed. They were already saying Erik ten Hag is a genius. Look at the tactical brilliance that he does. Look how he's put Weghorst to play the 10 and how he's impacted the game that way. Look at him moving Luke Shaw to center back. And how that's made a difference. Look at what he's done throughout the season, kicking Cristiano Ronaldo out the door. All these false truths, and I call them false truths because Cristiano Ronaldo wanted to get himself out of there. Well, it had nothing to do with Erik ten Hag. And look at ten Hag with his style of play and what he's been able to do. He's not the genius. He's gotten the results, but they've been scraping at things. And fair enough. Rashford has been on fire, so I think he's bailed out in many times mistakes that Erik ten Hag's done. But to prop somebody up before they've even done it, to say that one's better than the other, to say that ten Hag's better than Arteta, to say that ten Hag's better than Pep. Oh, look at what Pep has done his first year. He didn't win a trophy. Ten Hag winning the Carabao Cup, and I don't disrespect the cup. You won the cup. But slow down before you say that this man's better than my manager. Slow down before you say that he's better than another manager. The man got embarrassed, and I got accused of this early when I said, you know what, the first 24, 25 games of what Erik ten Hag's doing is no different than what Ollie did. New manager bounce. First year to the season. Players, obviously, they're playing because they want to prove to the manager that they deserve to be on that pitch. Players have stepped up. I get it. But let's watch what happens over time. And at the same time, Ollie never got slapped, embarrassed, spanked over the knee, 7-0. Never. So United fans, I know you're not going to be you're going to be humbled maybe for 24 hours max, but none of us are going to let you forget about this 7-0. None of us are going to let you forget about it. I still remind them of why always me in our 6-1. This with Erik ten Hag, he's going to get reminded of this every time.
Patrick, let's be clear, all right? I mean, they just said it all. I mean, since 1933 was the last time United got slapped 7-0. Be clear, since 1933. Not my father wasn't born then. My father's 81. Okay? He wasn't born the last time they got slapped 7-0. And the manager's supposed to be the next Guardiola, the bald fraud that, that we're all, the guy who's going to turn things around to the back.
Nah.
One,
this,
two, four, five.
I didn't watch the game, to be honest with you. I'm going to watch the highlights. I came from work. I tried to beat the traffic and get to work. Then I had to do that thing I told you, I texted you about. Then I had to go pick up my son because he was at the thing. But I got a text from somebody because all of you guys were not saying it. You were not saying much in the group. But I got a text from one of my friends saying it's 5-0 at Anfield. I was like, no. I was like, stop joking, man. Stop making jokes. Then he said, actually, it's 6. Believe it or not. In Africa they say, if you want to look at the end, look at the past. If you want to look at the end, look at the past. And they also say that only a fool will not use his feet to check how deep the ocean is or the river is or the water is. These guys, they were so cocky. Anfield, at the end of the day, is Anfield. Everybody knows this. But I think it's not about the fact that Liverpool were great or amazing. Carl, I think this team, United team, sat in that bus when going, or they sat during training and said, you know what, Rashford is in form, Bruno is in form, Casemiro is popping.
Mm,
Guys, we're going to beat these guys. I bet in their head was we are going to beat these guys. I
mm,
think Ten Hag touched upon it because he looks like he's a serious man. Like, to be honest with you, I have no bad words about Ten Hag. You know me with my Ten Hag obsession. I thought when Pep is done, I was like Ten Hag. Then I found out he's older than Pep. I was like, ah, shit. I thought he was a younger manager. But he even said it that these people played as individuals and they played as if they thought they were going to come here and win. I think United thought they were going to win. I think they thought that it's easy, that not doing well. There's no way after the Madrid match. I think they saw the Madrid game. They said, you know what, we'll slap these guys. But they were surprised. It's Anfield, and at the end of the day, I think Klopp had a balance. He put the same exact team, I think, as he played against City, where he had Elliott for energy in midfield,
yeah,
and he got the balance right. And
yeah,
with the Anfield crowd, and I think the team being beaten by Madrid, I think the team was like, we're not going to be beaten by another big team,
yeah,
especially United.
yeah.
Um, 7 is a bit too much. I'm sorry. Park the bus. I told this to Liverpool fans when they're being beat by Madrid. I was like, don't you think sometimes it's good to park the bus when
Yeah,
a certain period, like
Hey,
park the bus?
Guardiola parked the bus against Arsenal, at the Emirates and got a 3-1
Yeah,
win.
yeah. But I'm talking about when you're getting beat, Carl. Like when you're getting slapped, park the bus. Like park the bus. Put in, bench in somebody. Tell Fred. Fred is good at fouls and whatever. Bring them and say, guys, here's an extra defender. We're getting ripped apart. Just park the bus. I will take the 5-0 or take 7 is a bit too much. And you know what? I am not happy about Pep because Pep, I think, felt bad. He keeps feeling bad for teams. I think if Pep never removed Haaland, Foden, De Bruyne out of that team game at the Etihad, and they never brought in Akanji, sort of subbed and the mixed jar. I don't know, no, but not Akanji, somebody else. He
Yeah,
wanted other people to play. I
yeah,
think that game could have ended 10-0, but it
yeah.
could have ended 10. But you know what? They got what they deserve. They were talking too much. They were saying quad. I remember I sent a voicemail to the chat. One of the guys was saying they're gonna win the quad. So
I mean, there's a point here that Etty Deutsch says the
mm,
Liverpool game will be tight to set between man. I agree with this. I think, and I've always said this. Do I say Arsenal? No. Am I scared of United? No. The one team that I respect a lot of all the teams right now is the Liverpool. I don't care if they are not playing well in one season or other. This team, we know what we've gone through with them. We all know each other. We know what we've gone through. When they meet, it's a heavyweight fight. And in a heavyweight fight, somebody always gets hurt. Both players get hurt. We are boxing heavyweights. Both boxers get hurt. It's just who outlast each other. It's just the moments. So we know how this team plays. So this game in April, we also have to go to City, Liverpool, and have to go to Newcastle within 3 or 4 weeks. It's going to be a decider, and they're all away. So it's going to be a very, very difficult game for both teams. And I keep saying it. Let's wait and see. For us, the next game, Palace away, is critical. We have to win that game, Patrick. I know you're going to talk about it next week. We got to win that game. Win that game, win the Berlin game, go on international break, come back, and then bang.
yeah, you know, Christopher is Southampton away, Christopher is away, and Spurs away is always on my magazine. It's on my newsletter. So this time, I think this time they'll take it seriously because don't forget when they came to the Etihad, we allowed them, we sort of let them into games. I think this time, without Zaha, they're struggling and they're struggling to score regardless. I think we have to go there for minute 1 and rip them apart. But anyway, so what UCL games do we have? It's
Yeah, just
Dortmund,
some comments here
Chelsea.
from
Yeah.
our friends here, Pardo Oaks, Brea. I think United just finished up 4. That's truly amazing, embarrassing, wonderful. The biggest loss for them since the league since 1931. Yeah, it's incredible. It is incredible, Brea. Thanks for joining us. Let's talk about Champions League just real quick. So there's some games this week. We're not all these games. I'll share my screen real quick so we can talk through those games. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up. Here we go. So Champions League is on Tuesday and Wednesday. The first game here, the only game I'm going to watch on Tuesday is Chelsea Dortmund. Patrick, how do you see this game, brother? How do you see this game?
I don't know. This is a very unpredictable season, especially for the Premier League teams. I know Chelsea and Spurs are both behind, but some of these teams have nothing to lose right now, Carl, and the team, when they have nothing to lose or they know they're not going to fight for anything, I think they'll throw all their eggs in this basket. The only difference between Chelsea and Dortmund is more organized. I've seen they've improved according to organization.
Yeah.
The 1-0, I think, if Dortmund gave them a 2-0 or a 3-0 or 3-1, I think would have been better. But a 1-0 is very dangerous. And regardless who Chelsea are, I don't know, Carl. Something in the back of my head is telling me this is when one of those situations where I saw Raheem, he came back, he was doing amazing. Him and Joao Felix were combining very well. I just look at that Dortmund team, yeah, they're very structured. But I have a feeling when I saw the game against Leipzig, they also seem to be like a team that can be good at Dortmund. They seem to be good, but they're not good enough sometimes to control games. I don't know. If I was to give you a prediction, I have no idea. But because it's at Stamford Bridge, I think with the pressure that we can't get out of the Champions League with the players they have, I think they might beat Dortmund. I think this is where Chelsea surprised Dortmund. I think Dortmund should have killed Chelsea at Dortmund. They shouldn't have allowed this 1-0. I just have a feeling that Joao Felix, regardless how he is, that he's in a team that's bad. I think they're going to turn up. I think they will turn up. But knowing that somebody sent me a message that Silva is injured or something.
Yeah, they have a lot of players. They have Silva injured. They don't have Badia Shila as a centre back because he's not in the Champions League squad. They don't have Aubameyang because he's not in the So there's some misses of players. Look at the last game they played. Look at the way the game went. So the green is Dortmund. You can see that Dortmund had many more attacking shots all the way to maybe about halftime. Then Chelsea second half kind of took over. You can see that. But for me, this game is Chelsea should win, but they have to score more goals. And recently, against Leeds United, they couldn't score one goal. And we know that Dortmund are way better right now. They're probably second in Bundesliga. They're way better than
Yeah,
Leeds.
Brandt is very good. Is it Brandt or Julian Brandt or something?
Yeah. I mean, Julian Brandt's going to be there. Marco Reus is going to be there.
Jude Bellingham is fit.
Yeah, Jude Bellingham is going to be there. This guy, Sally Ojan, he's pretty good.
Is it Khan or Shan scored a very good goal?
Chan is quite. What they're going to do, in my opinion, on Tuesday, they're going to park the bus and counter-attack. That's what they're going to do. That's what remember when they played us in the Etihad? That's what they did. They literally just sat back and tried to hit us on the break. It was when they tried to open up towards the end to get a goal, they were sucker punched by Erling Haaland, if you remember. And it was a last-minute goal that Erling got to Cancelo passes the ball to Erling Haaland, and he jumps up in the air and uses his foot to kick the ball in the net. It was a last-minute desperation goal. If not, we're talking about 1-1.
Yeah, that's fair.
So they're not that bad.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're actually a good team. I mean, apart from they're actually probably better than Leipzig at this moment. They haven't lost a game in 10 games. They've won every game since the beginning of the new year.
Yeah,
they've won 10 games in a row.
I just feel like sorry, Vader. I just feel like they should have killed. It's one of those you should have killed me when you had the chance situation.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Vader.
I was just gonna say, I think there's gonna be a lot of hero ball for Chelsea in this game. I think because they got so many stars. I think because they're going to be playing at home. I think a lot of them are going to try to make their mark, and it's going to be a matter of one has been a team built to be a team, and another one's been a lot of players put together trying to become a team. I think Chelsea, obviously, they have tremendous talent, but they're trying to figure it out. Like you said, they have certain players that are registered to Champions League that they've been finding success in the league, and they don't have them available. So it's gonna be tough. I think it would suit for a good game for Dortmund if it was back and forth. But if it is going to be let's try to catch them on a counter, I think it might be a little cagey, and I don't see Chelsea keeping a clean sheet, and it could be a 1-1 draw. Is kind of like the number that I'm seeing right now. I know they play on Tuesday, but I'm seeing like a 1-1 draw for some reason, and obviously because of aggregate, Dortmund would advance. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough one to call.
I mean, Etty Deutsch says this year was written for us. I believe so, my guy. Very if you recall at the start of the season, I think, in my opinion, I could be wrong. I think this year could be special for us. Could be special. So much you're playing for this year, and we have this killer in the box who has moments where brilliant, where out of nothing he creates things.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. 04 also they Dortmund best beat Leipzig this week. He did, and they played them. You know the funny thing about that game, the Leipzig versus Dortmund game. First half, Dortmund were all over Leipzig. I mean, literally, we were running them again. Should have beaten 2 or 3 goals up. The second half, they began to park the bus, and then began to struggle, right? Because Leipzig now gained the advantage. Now began to dominate the game in all the areas. But Dortmund first half, Leipzig couldn't live with them.
Wow.
Which I found very interesting. Which means that it was so bad that Rose of Leipzig came out in an interview and said, "We need to start games when we start the second half.
Okay.
And we cannot start games in the way we played the first half. The very same way they played us in the first half in the Champions League last week is the way they played against Dortmund. And Dortmund literally went to shreds. Should have been 2 or 3 goals up. I mean, easy.
Good to know.
But they hung in there. So I'm wondering, played Leipzig like that. And Leipzig are a pretty good team. We saw how they played us, right? Good in transition, can break the lines. And they haven't lost a game all year. 10 games in a row, won. And they're second in the Bundesliga on goal difference, right? What will Chelsea be in for? The Dortmund is even better right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very interesting. Because the pressure is going to be there for Chelsea, let's be clear.
They have to perform.
Patrick.
I mean,
they have to.
I know Potter got his win. Go ahead, Patrick.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll go next. I'm just filling up the kettle. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know Potter got his win league play, getting that 1-0 win over Leeds, but there's still going to be the same cloud over his head with regards to the fan base and their expectations. So he's going to feel it. And then also and I know the club's not going to really feel this, but there was a lot of negative talk with regards to the Premier League and their performances within Champions League. But you judge that over 2 legs, and they're playing at home. I think it's going to be a better matchup. And they have the quality to do it, but it's like we could all have different predictions, a win, a draw, a loss, but they have the quality to be able to win this game. But I'm going to be watching, because either team coming out of this group, not to be arrogant here, but they're not the fearful ones with regards to to need to really pay attention to. I respect everyone in the Champions League, but these 2 clubs aren't the dangerous ones. We've already played Dortmund, and we've obviously already played Chelsea in the league.
You know, the funny thing is, you talk about teams in the UCL that are dangerous. But one of the reasons why I'm kind of happy that Madrid did what they did to Liverpool is because of what happened today against United. Right? Think about this. Imagine a quarterfinal Champions League game at Anfield, European nights. You have to go there and get a win. So if Madrid can hold on, I think Madrid an easier game than it is to play Liverpool in the UCL in particular. Even though Madrid are champion, I think that we would fancy our chances more against Madrid than we would against Liverpool.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a weird comfort with regards to either team. Yeah.
Especially with Erling Haaland playing, it's weird. Which is why today from Liverpool, I keep saying it. This big title race is going to have lots of twists and turns, and Guardiola knows it. Anytime it's going to be twisted, he knows what he's talking about. He knows about Anfield. He knows about Newcastle away. He's been there. He knows what he went through. It's not going to be easy. But let's talk about the other game, and I think, frankly, I'm not going to waste my time talking about that. I don't see how Club Brugge under Scotty Parker get through that tie. I think that's done. Benfica have 2-goal lead. That's done. We'll go there, guys, real quick. There's some massive games on Wednesday. I mean, Wednesday. I mean, for me, I'm going to figure out a way to go to work early, get up and be home to watch these games. And I'm going to cancel meetings that I have for this time because you just watch this game. I mean, PSG, Bayern Munich. Bayern have a 1-goal advantage against PSG. Veta, Patrick, what do you think about this game? How do you see this game going, brother?
I don't know, man. I just feel Neymar has already got himself injured since it's his sister's birthday, believe it or not. What another coincidence. Neymar is not going to be there, apparently. This team, guys, I could have loved this team in the Champions League again. This team is it's one of those situations where you have a dog and the dog looks scary, but once you go close to it, the dog starts licking your hand. You're like, ah, this is. I thought I bought a guard dog. You know what I mean? Because I think Messi and Mbappe are not like Messi, Mbappe, Neymar are not the thing that you say this is enough to carry you to a UCL or beat people in the UCL. Because what happens is when I've been watching the games, Kao and Veta, Messi and Neymar will do their magic, makes sense. But guess what? As soon as the other team just goes through them, which you can do, go through them, the front doesn't press you. So, for instance, let's say City is playing PSG. You know what you expect, Carl? You don't expect anybody to press you from the front. How Chelsea do, how United do to us, or Spurs. Basically, City can pass the ball from the back nicely and go through that midfield. All you have to do is if one of the defenders is having one of the best days that day, but they're poor, and I mean like they're very poor. The defense is poor. I don't know what video you're showing there, but I don't know.
It's an advert.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an
So they're very poor right now, and I don't think they having Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe will be enough to beat Bayern. Even though Bayern's defense is also very suspect, but I think Bayern will have enough armor, and Bayern has got better structure to hold on than this PSG team.
The funny thing about this game, Beta, is the fact that when they played last year, I believe they played last year in the quarterfinals or the round of 16, where Bayern was knocked out. Very similar result happened, where they went to Munich. They got, I believe, a win or draw, one of the two, and it was 1-0 or 1-1 or something. But they came through the tie. They literally sat back and just basically just counter-attacked Bayern to death, and so many chances that they missed. Talk to me about Joao Cancelo. What's going on with him, Beta? Because it looks like all of a sudden he's not playing. He's out of favor. They're not playing him in either the league or even the Champions League. And what's going on with him, man? Any news?
Well, I mean, the little bit of news that I'm able to get is just that he's not the preferred player. The manager is saying all the right things publicly. He's not throwing the player under the bus. He's under the bus. He's not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong with him. He's just saying that he doesn't match up from a tactical standpoint. And we can all read.
Oh, and Veta, he said the other thing is your other man is more defensive.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. So we can read between the lines and essentially know that he's not better. He's not good enough to be on the pitch. He's not good enough to be there instead of the next man. And that's one of those things where it's like you've made your bed, or should I say you peed your bed. Now you have to sleep in it. He did the wrong things when he was over here. He got sent up for whatever reasons, and at the same time, it was done in a way where it's like, we're going to give you the rope. If you choose to hang yourself, you're going to hang yourself. And he was sent over there. He's not good enough, and that's plain and simple. I love the fact that our manager, making a difficult decision, knowing the limitations we have, maybe squad wise, maybe by position, said, my locker room harmony, my players all needed to be on the same page. I don't want someone whispering, talking under their breath, not being with the same vision. I'd rather you out of here than here as an extra body for me to use. So see ya. And what's happened with regards to our team since? What's happened with regards to our fan base? We're not now questioning where's Cancelo. He's gone. We know why he's gone, and we've moved on. I think it's excellent people management or player management, and Pep doesn't get enough credit for that.
Okay, Rich, I know you have to pretty soon, but I completely agree with you. It's just curious as to what happened and that what lessons can we learn in this, right? About, okay, do you fight for your spot in a team that knows you, that has won with you, that trusts you, that know and carry through the difficulty, as opposed to just kind of jumping ship and saying, I quit, I'm moving on to something else. It's a lesson for all of us out there. Sometimes just fight through the issue, fight through the pain, fight through the bad, fight through the wall, and then the other side, you have somebody else help you out. But Vader, thanks for joining us. I know you have to go prepare dinner. I have to do that as well. But Patrick, the last game so what do you think? You think Bayern Munich, Patrick, going to go through?
Yeah, I think so, man. Like, to be honest, I'm right here. To be honest with you, Carl, if PSG find a way to beat Munich, I think it's just a matter of Munich making mistakes, but Munich are very organized more than PSG, and I think Munich will get through this because I've been watching PSG games, trying to see who is a threat in the Champions League. I've been watching Bayern too. Carl, this season, the team that's going to win this, it's not even about you being the best like Napoli. It's just about desire. Because every team in this Champions League has got players that can stand up and tell each other that I want that Champions League. Do you want it?
Yeah,
Even Chelsea
yeah,
can stand up. Enzo Fernandez can say, "Man, I won the World Cup." Felix, come
yeah.
on, Felix. We have to prove ourselves. That's why.
Mm.
But looking at the PSG, they're lost. That's the difference between PSG and other teams. They are lost because that team, not even Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi can wake up and say we're going to destroy City or Bayern, we're going to destroy Madrid on their own. No, the whole team is going to have to be behind them, and I don't see that happening most of the times. So I think Bayern are going to win this. Bayern have already beaten PSG away. I think Bayern are going to finish them at home.
Yeah, and that's a safe bet to think that Bayern are going to get through that. I mean, only thing is, like you said, if they make stupid mistakes, right, and they let Mbappe score one, and now they have to chase the game, all of a sudden everything changes completely, and then the pendulum swings towards PSG because of that counter pressing. But at the same time, too, to your point, I mean, Bayern Munich have to. I mean, PSG, their track record is not that good. The other game is your good friend and Spurs against AC Milan. I mean, this one, I don't care for Spurs. Everyone knows I don't respect them. I just don't like them. I just feel like they're constant underachievers. They sing a good song, but then they can't dance. They're just full of players who are just Avante is probably leaving in summer. I just don't.
Do you know that what you call a pathetic team? I have seen pathetic teams in the world. Even when I played football, there's teams that are just pathetic. There are teams that they thrive on ruining something. Like for instance, you know how they do the things they do to us, like once in a while, and they put a top class performance. This is what Tottenham is. They think that putting a top class performance against City, destroying City's dream or somebody's dream who's top notch is good enough. You know what I mean? For them, it's good enough. But if we were being real, Tottenham is supposed to be going toe to toe with AC Milan. You know what I mean? They're even supposed to be beating them. Like these people this team. I know you're saying that bad, but I think it's not that bad as players themselves, as skilled players. I think it's personality, it's character. I think they just don't have the cojones to do something. Because Kane, how many Champions League has Kane been and he doesn't show up? It's actually Son who shows up in these Champions Leagues. And Richarlison, who, and you know what the funny thing is, Richarlison bought for 70 million has done nothing in this team.
I mean, Richarlison scored in the group stage. That's what he did. But apart from the league, he's done nothing.
Yeah, who I feel sorry for is Pedro Porro, because I was watching that game, the last game. It seems like he's a serious football player, and he's gone to the wrong place.
Yeah, I'm going to watch all the games this week because I was at practice. I couldn't watch any of the games except for half of our own game. I'm looking out for Rafael Leao. I want to see what happens. I watched the last game where he played, Patrick, and I like that kid, man. I do like him a lot, man. He has the swag, the character, the acquire that, on the ball, he dribbles, he moves, he's confident. I like him. He would be a great addition for Patrick to watch him play.
Can you remind me something? Is it Rafael Leao? We bought a kid from Portugal. Was it him years ago? There was a kid from Portugal we bought. Was it Rafael? Yeah, I'm gonna dig this back because he seems very funny. But the kid looked like him. Where did that kid go? There was some Portuguese kid. We bought him, and he was a prospect, and we sent him to. He was sent somewhere, and he was also a baller. I'm gonna dig in because this guy's face always comes up, and I was like, is this the kid? I was like, if this is the kid, I'll feel hurt. It's the kid we gave away, and this is him. But anyway, what did I say? This player is good, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm this year I'm so obsessed with that Mitoma guy. Do you see what he did last game?
I'm gonna watch all the highlights again.
He skinned your man, and your man brought him down in the box.
Who is it?
And he just stood up as if he doesn't care. He just stood up like it's nothing and walked on as the penalty was given. Yeah, but anyway, you know what? This game I expect AC Milan to win, but I just have a feeling that I don't know. Is it away at AC Milan or they're going to the Tottenham
They're going to
Spurs
Tottenham.
Stadium?
They have a 1-goal lead going to Spurs.
That's a difficult game, isn't it?
It's a difficult game. They have a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, but Carl, you know these useless idiots. They enjoy such behavior. You know Tottenham enjoys. Carl, you know the history of Tottenham. They enjoy this behavior. They will do this, then go to the next round and get beaten 5-0.
I don't want Tottenham in the next round. I don't want them to.
I don't. I know what's going to happen. If they get picked by us, we will go back to the stadium and we will start our nonsense. But
yeah. I don't want Liverpool. I don't want Tottenham in the next round. I leave Chelsea there. They're our friends, and I think
what's your feeling? Do you seriously feel that?
I think Milan going to get it. I think Milan will get a draw. I think Milan will get a draw. I think they'll get like a 1-1 or 2-2 draw, and they'll go through.
Last season's AC Milan could have beaten these guys.
They're actually better this year. They're actually better this year in the Champions League than they were last year. Well, because they were the qualified.
Last year they were better in the league, isn't it? Were they better in the league?
Yeah, last year they were better in the league. This year they're better in the Champions League. They actually qualified for their group through. So they were bad. They actually qualified. They did well in their group stage to get through. So they're not that bad in the Champions League. I think they're going to get through, Patrick. I do think through.
I hope they do. I don't want to see Tottenham. I'm sorry, I don't.
Then let's look at their group. They had they had Chelsea, Salzburg, and Dinamo Zagreb, and they played 6. They won 3, lost 2, and drew 1. I believe 2 they lost. They lost 2. I believe they lost to Chelsea. 2 that lost. Yeah, they lost it. And it was a close game. It wasn't that a game that we say okay they were very, very poor. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So I think
it's gonna be a difficult game, and I think it's not going to be very easy. I think AC Milan are gonna have to be very good defensively. It also depends what Tottenham shows up. If they show up with a mentality, they'll lose. But I just think it's gonna be a very difficult game. I hope AC Milan beat them.
I mean, this is all Tottenham and Chelsea have, right? After this, they have nothing. So it's going to be do or die. Literally, it's going to be do.
This is what I'm saying. That's why they're dangerous. It's this is okay. These 2 games for Tottenham and Chelsea, you see if the players believe in the manager for the future.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely, I completely agree. So who are you going for? Who are you going to go for?
I don't know. It's very difficult, because Spurs, their fans will be there. I think this tie, AC Milan could have loved if the second tie was at their home,
Yeah.
You're right. I think I'll see a draw in this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs beat AC Milan, and I know we're going to end up with them in the next round. I know the UCL will do that purposely.
The funny thing, Patrick, this could be a 2 Spurs, and it'd be 2-2 in the aggregate. They go to penalties.
Yeah, you might also say that, but don't forget, isn't the Spurs first keeper injured? First choice keeper.
Yes. So Lloris.
They've got that 70-year-old man on the go.
Yeah, I'm going Milan qualify. I think Milan qualify. I think Milan qualify. I have a funny feeling, Patrick, that Peter.
Yeah, you might. I don't know. Like that's the thing. You know what's difficult about talking about the Champions League? It's very unpredictable. I'm telling you, the teams are even Club Brugge. Every team this season in the Champions League is just unpredictable. They have performed excellently sometimes poorly. That's why this season it's very difficult to tell who's going to win it. I know people are trying to put it on Madrid, but I have a feeling you can find Madrid will meet a very useless team and the team will rip them apart. Everything is just unpredictable. The only team that's very predictable, or a team that people are putting their $100 on, is obviously Napoli. You know what I mean? Like Napoli are performing the same way they're performing both sides. But you know what? These other teams are just unpredictable. I don't know what the next. Do you know Madrid? After doing all that, they're going now. The Madrid fans want Ancelotti out. Do you know that, right? It's not working out in the league. Yeah.
I'm picking. I mean, I think Benfica go through. I think Dortmund go through. I think that on Wednesday, I think Paris go through. I think Milan go through.
Yeah, those are good choices.
I just feel so. I
So
could
wait,
be
wait,
wrong.
wait, wait. So who would you be more scared about? Letting Bayern stay in this league or letting PSG stay in this?
I think that we can beat Bayern over two legs. I really do. I think we have the weapons to beat Bayern over two legs. I think we have the maturity over Nagelsmann to beat Bayern over two legs. Paris,
But
I think we can beat them too.
hmm,
The team that worry me the most, right? The two teams that worry me the most are Madrid and Liverpool. One of them is going to go out, probably Liverpool. Chelsea, do they worry me? Yeah, a little bit, but not that much. I think for me, it's Real Madrid and what's the name? Liverpool. One of
why
them's going
why
out
why are you not afraid of Napoli in two legs?
because I think we will know how to get at them. I think we will. I think we really will know how to navigate them and get at them.
But
Let's, let's,
let me ask you a question, right? Which is the more scary Napoli, this one or that other one we played? Because that other one we played was also fire. Remember the one
I prefer the
Sari,
other one.
under Sari. Yeah.
I prefer the Sarri one. They had some incredible players. They played some incredible football. I mean, and that was our incredible year where we had 17, 18, where we literally tore the whole Premier League apart. I believe it was that year. Was it that year of the year or 18, 19?
And we beat
18,
Napoli
19.
away. We beat Napoli away 5-2.
Yeah, 5-2. And that game was fire, man. That game was just, but it's a different team right now. But I still think that we have enough to get over them on the two legs. I really do. I really do. I think we have the experience and the maturity to get over them over two legs.
Do you know one person in our team who's going to have to pick up himself, especially with the Champions League coming? Is Kyle Walker. Walker, if you look at him properly, he hasn't been great, Kyle. I noticed a few things. He hasn't been great at all. He hasn't, like, that thing where, I don't know if it's age, the thing where he relies on his pace. He used to like letting you run and he runs after you. He's now, the wingers are leaving him. I noticed that in this few games.
I mean, I think the thing about him, I think maybe he's pacing himself in preparation for the Champions League, because if he runs like we used to run, he may get a hamstring injury again. Then he's out for the next 6 weeks. We don't want that. We want him to. I mean, we want him to be available. If we play Madrid, we have to play Vinicius Junior. Remember when he played Vini Junior the last game, Champions League? Madrid couldn't get through him because he matched Vinicius Junior step for step. It was when he went off and we brought in Fernandinho or we brought in somebody else because he couldn't stick with it. That's when they now scored their goals. As long as he was on the field, Vini Jr. wasn't passing. As long as Walker's on the field, Mbappe is not getting by him because he knows how to play them. Walker's problem, Patrick, is not one of pace and power. It's using his brain to make the right pass and not taking stupid risks, like playing the ball in the middle of the field and then letting the opposition get the ball, which he always does. He gets the ball on the right side, will now play square, and all of a sudden, the opposition almost get the ball and they're in against Diaz. We've seen it twice now. Why are you doing that? So it's Enrico Lewis is better than him on the ball, right? Building up play on the ball, going centrally, connecting with De Bruyne or Mahrez or Foden. Walker's better, but in terms of Enrico is better. In terms of pace, Walker, I mean, we just have to have him back there. It developed Deep Blue Sea.
This is what I keep saying, that there's certain elements that need to fall in place. This is the reason why for the past few weeks I was talking about Foden. You definitely need a fit Foden, a sharp De Bruyne, and a fit John Stones and a fit Walker for you to win. And now I have started adding a fit Diaz. Okay, so it's Walker, Diaz, Stones, Foden, and De Bruyne. You're done.
Okay.
Yeah, Ake. But I'm saying you need you. But the reason why I keep talking about Walker is because most of the wingers from that side, isn't it, are dangerous when you look at the UCL. But also, it's just that he sometimes covers more ground. If you get John Stones fit and you keep De Bruyne sharp, I know Rodri and them, but I'm just talking about some elements that these are the people who that today somebody's going to get destroyed. So Walker, believe it or not, whether we like it or not, guys, he might be the most important tool especially when it comes in the Champions League against people who are very tricky and fast. But anyway,
I agree.
we hope for the best, and I hope Bayern beat PSG, but I wouldn't mind both. Look, at the end of the day, Carl, we've all said it from the beginning. You can't win the Champions League without being the best. You're gonna have to face the best at a point in time. So there's no point running away.
Yep, I agree with you, and Patrick, and that's why we love the game. That's why this competition, in my opinion, is the priority for us this season. I know I want to win Premier League because I want to put Arsenal fans back where they belong. Yeah, no offense to Arsenal fans, right? And I want to win the Premier League because it's 3 times in a row, according to what Martin said. But if you give me a choice today, one of the two, I'm taking the UCL. You know, and I put it this way: if we win the Champions League, Arsenal is going to win the Premier League. That's fine. You know, I mean, seriously, because that's the one thing that's left for us to do. Right? I want to win the Premier League, but you know, UCL for me is going to be key. And then on Thursday, Patrick, Arsenal go to Sporting Lisbon. United go to Betis on Thursday. We have Palace on, I believe, on Saturday, and then Arsenal play Fulham on Sunday. I believe it's Fulham on Sunday. I believe is it away or is it home? I'm not sure.
I think that's when you're gonna find out you're gonna find out what United and Arsenal are prioritizing.
Yeah. Now it's gonna get hot now because now every 3 days Arsenal are going to be involved in a game away or home in the Europa League or the league, and then we play before then. So you play when you win the game. It's 2 points. They have pressure. They have to win the game, and that's how the cycle now starts. And they have Thursday as well. We're going to see on Thursday what the priority is going to be. It's going to be really interesting. We should watch what happens in that game for both Arsenal and both United as well. But anyway, guys, quick show. Let's talk about the UCL this week. We've had Beta on. We've had Patrick on. Again, follow Patrick on True City Fan. Get into 2K subscribers. Subscribe to the channel. Like our channel. It helps us with the algorithms. We don't do this because we make money. We do this because we love doing this and because we like you. I want to share our knowledge with you out there. Thank you for everyone for joining. Powder Oaks, thanks for joining. Eric040, thanks for joining. Etio Deutsch, thanks for joining. Bria, thanks for joining. Who else joined us? Ad Z744. Luca AFC, thanks for joining. Daniel, big up, thanks for joining. The Dug Out Football Channel, thank you for joining. Everybody out there, thanks for
Badoy, Luca. Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for joining us. Patrick, what's coming up this week? Anything coming up this week from you in terms of True City Fan?
Nah, it's just the Crystal Palace game. I think we're gonna do that a preview. When is Leipzig? Is it after the international break?
No. It's after Palace.
Yeah. We might just do. I don't know. No. No. I don't know. We'll just separate. I was about to say double show. I don't think it's best. I think we just separate them. Yeah, those are the 2 shows. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to all of you and see when you're free. Then I'll sort of start scheduling them in advance these days.
Okay, cool. So everybody, look out for the show on Palace away, a must-win game for us.
Is it on Saturday?
And look out for the RB Leipzig. I believe it's Saturday. I'll check.
It's
sure.
Saturday. Yeah.
And then look out for the RB Leipzig preview probably the week after with Patrick, myself, and all our friends. Till then, take care. God bless.